Hi, I'm Mike Regan, founder and CEO of Relevate Real Estate. I'm going to tell you right from the top, Relevate is perfect for some agents and not perfect for others. Relevate is designed for top producing agents who are currently selling at least 10 million in annual volume, and also for agents who have the determination and talent to get to that level as soon as possible. This specific video is about what it costs to do business as a top producing agent at Relevate. If you aren't a top producing agent yet, I made this other video especially for you to learn about the costs and details of our system that will help you become a consistent top producer in the shortest possible time and also still have a balanced life. You're certainly welcome to watch this video, but it won't apply to you until you get to that top producer level, which I know in your case will be very soon. Okay, top producers, it's super important to know the cost of doing business at any brokerage you're considering. So stay tuned and we'll dig into the details. When most brokerages talk about cost, they're only talking about the money you will be giving to them in the form of splits and fees. To consider only those costs is fine for agents who don't do much business because that's pretty much all the costs they have. However, you as a top producing agent are different. You have a seriously big business. And right now, you're either still trying to handle it all by yourself, and as a result, your life is way out of balance and you're burning out. Raise your hand if that's you. Or you've already hired buyer's agents and you're giving up way more money than you need to. Trust me, more about that in a minute. In either case, you, as the owner of a $10 million plus business, need great systems and support to help you with two things: marketing and client service. That support does cost money. The Relevate system was specifically designed to keep your total costs as low as possible while still giving you everything you need to not only do a great job for your clients, but also have great work-life balance. And on top of that, to be free and energized to grow your business as much as you want to without ever feeling out of control or out of balance or burned out again. Okay, let's get right to it. I'm going to show you the actual numbers for 2022 of a mid-level top producer at Relevate Real Estate. And we're going to compare that to what those numbers would have looked like if she was an agent doing the same amount of business as efficiently as possible at any other brokerage. The numbers for the Relevate agent are gonna look weird. At first you're gonna say, no way I'd be interested in doing that. But then as the comparison continues, you might say, oh heck yeah, I'd do that. But is this actually real, or is it too good to be true? So after I show you the numbers, I'll be sure to explain how the Relevate business system works, and it'll make complete sense because it's actually pretty simple. It's just that no other brokerage is currently doing it. Okay, let's get on with the comparison. This Relevate agent closed 15 million in volume in 2022, and we'll assume for our comparison that she would have sold the same volume at another brokerage, and that she would have earned the same gross commission income, or GCI, from that 15 million in volume, and that she would have earned the same transaction fee income. So far, everything is the same regardless of what brokerage she was at. So at this point, things start to get very different. If our agent was at a different brokerage, we can assume that she would have paid no more than $21,000 in splits and fees to that brokerage, because either she would have been at a 95% split or she would have capped at that level. She actually paid Relevate more than 3 times that amount, or over $73,000. Well, so far it looks like the other brokerage is winning big time. At this point you might think, well, this was a nice video, but I'm gonna turn it off now and do something else with my day. But hold up, this agent we're using as an example here has been with other brokerages, but she's excited to stay with Relevate for the rest of her career. That's because of something called the Relevate business system that does several things no other brokerage can do for her business. But let me finish telling you about the cost, and I promise I'll explain that next. The next line of the income statement is the cost for marketing. To bring in 15 million in business in the other brokerage, she would have needed to spend about the industry average of 10% of her commission revenue on marketing to get listings for herself and buyers for her buyer's agents, a total of over $34,000. The Relevate agent spent only $2,713 in marketing to get that same 15 million in volume. That's a big difference. How is that possible? Well, as I said, I'll explain that in a minute, and it'll make complete sense. So far though, the total costs are still lower at the other brokerage. Fair enough. The next line shows the cost of buyer's agents and client support. Here's where things really turn around for our agent at Relevate. If she was at the other brokerage, she would need buyer's agents to convert the buyer leads and serve those buyers. There's no way she could ever do that by herself. And buyer's agents need to get paid at least 15% of the commission from the buyer closings. And our agent would need to provide and pay for a full-time transaction coordinator to help those buyer's agents stay focused on lead conversion and showings and negotiating and problem solving. All that adds up to a lot of money. The Relevate agent spends a lot less money in this area as well. And again, I'll explain in a moment how that works. But for now, looking at the numbers and assuming they're real, which firm would you choose for our agent to be at? There are a few more miscellaneous costs we need to account for, things like auto expense, E&O insurance, realtor association, MLS, bookkeeping and accounting, etc. In this area also, Relevate's a bit lower, but it's not a huge difference. I just want to make sure we're accounting for all the costs of doing business at each brokerage. Okay, so we have arrived at the bottom line. At a different brokerage, without the Relevate business system, our agent would have taken home about $165,000. At Relevate, she actually did take home over $250,000, or about $85,000 more. She definitely paid Relevate more than she would have paid at the other brokerage, but she took home 68.4% of her commission because all her other costs were so much lower. At the other brokerage, she would have paid the firm a lot less, but in the end, she would have only taken home about 45% of her commission. Now, which firm would you recommend for our agent? Before you make a final judgment though, there's one more consideration that is often even more important for most agents. At the other brokerage, this agent would have had to hire and train and manage a team of people, as well as plan and manage all the marketing herself, which would have added stress and stretched her average working hours to over 50 hours per week. At Relevate, she has a lot less to worry about. She pays Relevate to plan and manage all her marketing, to hire and train and manage her team members, and to supply the proprietary software and processes that make everything run smoothly. So that at Relevate, she works no more than 30 hours per week. So, is the Relevate system right for you? Well, like I said, Relevate is perfect for some agents and not perfect for others, and my only goal is to give you the most complete information possible so you can decide what makes the most sense for you. I promised several times in this video to explain how the Relevate business system works, but you probably need a break from hearing me talk so much. So I made another video focused only on that, and you can click here to watch it whenever you're ready. One question we always hear is, Mike, hey, I can sell 10 million or 15 million and do all the work myself and keep almost all the money. Why would I consider joining Relevate and paying all that money? I could answer that question really quickly and then we'll wrap it up for now. Yes, I am certain that you could close 10 or 15 million and do most everything yourself and keep most of the money. And there are agents who pull that off. However, agents at Relevate don't choose to do that for two reasons. First, they want time off to see their families and go to the gym and go on dates. And second, Relevate agents are mentored by other agents at Relevate who are selling 20 or 30 million, are taking home 2 or 3 times as much as they are, and currently working fewer hours than when they were selling 8 million. So for them, the Relevate business system just makes sense. There are many other important and big questions agents always ask about the model. I'm going to show them here on the screen, and if any of these questions are interesting to you, go ahead and check out the description below, and I've got links to all these questions that you can go check out and learn about. Finally, as I've said a few times, we know Relevate is not the perfect place for every agent. But if you are pumped up about what you're seeing, and you'd like to set up a confidential visit with us to learn more, just click the link in the description below to set up a time to come visit with us, and we'll look forward to getting to know you.